What caught my attention started from the self-reflection and discoveries, things like that. He said how to discover yourself. I actually wanted to launch a book in this summit, but because of the planning and all of that, I could not launch the book. The book is titled The Power Within, and it's about how to discover yourself. Now, self-reflection is very, very important if you want to know your passion. And for you to have a self-reflection, if you don't have time to yourself, there is no how you have self-reflection. You're always going out. You are there. You are everywhere in this world. There's nowhere they want to look for people that they will not find you. There's no how you can do a reflection if you are not calm. Some people will ask me, Olajumoke, you're always busy. Like my friend is here. He will always accuse me. Emeka is my friend there. He will always accuse me. Every time you are busy, what are you doing in your room? What are you always doing? But it's not even boring to me. I find it so enticing. That's my lifestyle. I've come to enjoy it. Do you understand? So if you don't have your time to yourself, you will not discover who you are. You will not have that time of reflection. Very, very important. Disconnect from wrong company. Disconnect. You better disconnect today from wrong company that they are not even giving you any positive impact. No positive impact. They are not making any impact in your life. See, if you don't disconnect from them, they are not going to do you anything good. Break their hearts if they want to break their hearts. It's not something serious. They will be alive again. And they will be happy that you left them. Because in the process of maybe they are being pained about something, they can also discover who they are as well. So I beg you, disconnect from wrong company. If you don't have a good company, you will not be able to actually grow. You will not be able to grow. Because when you tell your friend the things that you have on your mind, your friend, if you are not a like-minded individual, if he does not have the same mindset as you have, if he starts giving you wrong advice, he can even tell you that that thing that you're doing, you cannot hold. See, some people told me that I will not be able to do this program. Deep inside of me, I was smiling because this is not my first time of doing summit. I started doing program when I was 19 years old, so it's not news. And even the program that I did as at 19 was far beautiful, even than this. So to do program is not scaring me. But at the same time, if you have somebody that wants to do something great, you still need somebody to always cheer you up. So if you don't have friends, you don't have good company, there will be nobody to cheer you up. I'm glad that God gave me pastor here. He's like my mentor in this crossover. He was the one that actually cheered me up to do this summit. So everything that he has mentioned, we are going to try as much as possible for everybody that registered to give you the slide so that you can go over it and learn. Then if you want to ask questions, you can reach out to us. Then we'll have seen on your behalf. Then we'll pass it across to you. So please, I beg you in the name of God, in the name of God, your parents, and everybody that you love so much. Please be calm and be calm. So we are going to call on the next speaker. The next speaker, our mommy, she's there. She came all the way from Calabar, Dr. Beatrice. But before she comes up, I'm going to call on the person that will be reading her bio. Please, are you ready? Please come up, read her bio so that she can come up. Let's clap our hands.
I was speaking. Dr. Beatrice Ebingha, a distinguished scholar, politician, and seasoned civilian, hails from our community in Ovono local government area across the state, where her remarkable career has left an indelible mark. Dr. Ebingha's journey in public service includes a significant period with the Cross River State government, after which she transitioned into politics, serving as councillor for Vulnerable from 2013 to 2016. Currently she's a lecturer in the Department of English and Literary Studies at the University of Calabar. Her academic career spans over 2 decades, marked by dedication, discipline, and a commitment to excellence. Through perseverance, Dr. Ebingha earned her PhD, the highest academic qualification, becoming a role model for her students and colleagues alike. Known for her humility, assertiveness, and people-centered approach. Dr. Ebingha inspires many across civil service, politics, and academics. She is a passionate advocate for gender equality and women's empowerment, firmly believing that with focus and determination, anyone can achieve great success. She is also dedicated to empowering young mothers and youths with plans to establish an organization focused on helping them overcome challenges and thrive despite past mistakes. Dr. Elia's love for God is central to her life, guiding her decisions and interactions. Her philosophy is rooted in faith with God. Nothing is impossible, and as long as there is life, there is hope for a brighter tomorrow. Please, can we please make a round of applause for Dr. Beatrice for being as she comes on the stage.
Afternoon, I will greet my pastor, especially because the Living Faith Church and the Redeemed Christian Church of God is one family. Like Obasanjo said last time during Papa Oyedepo's birthday, he said he calls Pastor Adeboye senior pastor and calls Pastor Oyedepo junior pastor. So good afternoon, Daddy. You're highly welcome. I want to greet Olajumoke and her team. You've done very well. This program today is going to leave some marks. As you leave Obubra any day, anytime soon, history will remember you. I bet you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're highly welcome. Team members, God bless you for the support. My bio has been read. I am Dr. Beatrice Ebingha. I'm a daughter of the soil. I am from a small community across the road. My village is bounded by the river. When you go across, you meet Ebonyi State. Praise the Lord. Have you not been there, Olajumoke? How long are you going to be in Cross River so that I'll come and take you to that community? Okay, so thank you. When she called, or when somebody called me to say, I gave your name for something, I was like, hi. Now, wow. I said, okay, no problem. I am a scholar. I shouldn't be afraid of anything, anywhere. I should be able to speak to anybody and any crowd. And she called me and I said, I'm willing to come. I'll be there. Especially when it came from a woman. It has to be female bonding. Woman to woman support. That's why I am here. I know what the things I've left behind to be here. And so she gave me a team, or a sub-team, embracing change for career growth and the role of education for personal development. And thank God that he has talked about beyond boundaries and navigating the path for success in a changing world. But before I go into my team, I try to look at what going beyond boundaries means. Okay, how do you go beyond boundaries? What makes you step to another boundary from where you are? And I'm made to know, like I'm going to tell this afternoon, that going beyond boundaries means leaving your comfort zone. Okay, you leave your comfort zone, you leave your for another location. The couples are here today because they break boundaries. Isn't it awesome? They left their states, they left their investments, and they are here. They would have said, no, I'm not going for service, I'm going to apply for exemption. Isn't it? But because they had to leave to study another lifestyle, to study another culture, they came to Cross River State. Okay, so for you to go beyond boundaries, my children, I'm very happy that students are here. Is this secondary school or primary school? Secondary school. I want to think that I'm going to be talking more to them than even the adults because I know you know. So when you must leave down, you must leave where you are. For example, you're in secondary school today. What do I want to do after secondary school? Where do I want to be in the next 5 years? You must begin to think about that now. All right? Okay, and so I'm going to say, we are going to look at change and career growth. And I want to start by saying, what is change? When I teach my students, I like going into details. Okay? What is change? Change is something that is different from some other thing. It's to make something, my voice is very loud anyway. It's to make something different. To make something different is to alter, okay? Is to transform, and is to undergo changes itself. Change. You cannot be stagnant in one place. For example, a fetus is being conceived in the womb, is it also? And the baby is born. The baby begins to experience changes. True or false? Sorry, I like asking questions in my class, and I'll be doing that here. True or false? The baby begin to change. A baby comes as a toddler. After being a toddler, the child needs to sit, isn't it? And the child must crawl, and the child must walk. Is it not so? If you have a child or you have a sibling who is giving birth to, and by 2 years that child is not walking, something is wrong. In African traditional religion, not in Christianity, we begin to say there is a spiritual matter. Is it not so? And the atheists, the traditionalists, we begin to look for solution, isn't it? The Christians will look for solution. Parents will run helter-skelter. Daddy, mommy, what's happening to my child? 2 years, she's not walking. I remember when I had my son, by 11 months, he was not walking. My mother said, is that she you are wearing? That's why he's not walking. Change is bound to happen and is bound to occur. And so, going beyond procreation, you look at your own developmental change. What do you want to be in the next 20 years? Who do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? I'm going to be talking and telling you my stories. Because I tell you my story to inspire and encourage you. Do you understand? I'm going to be telling you my own story. All right. And so I also established the fact that change comes with disruption. Change comes with destabilization. When we talk about change, you begin to be uncertain. How do I achieve this? How do I change this? It comes with anxiety. You are helpless. Okay? So change comes with those things. You don't know how to change something. So it becomes a problem. Is it not so? Now, you're in secondary school. You're going to be writing WAEC. Well, I know that these days, the WAEC we see are not the true WAEC results, isn't it? But don't forget that as you write your WAEC, you're going to face some challenges that must make us understand that truly you wrote your WAEC. I am in the university. Okay, so there are different kinds of change. Where physical change has to do with the environment, we have emotional change. Physical change could mean that rain can just fall now, or windstorm can come, and the whole of these trees will go down. Have you seen that before? Environmental change. It's also possible that there will be a flood, isn't it? Like we experienced something in Ebingha, right? And almost everything went down the drain. Environmental change. We also have what we have emotional change. Yes, I'll come in with something most young boys or youth will not like about boys and girls. That is true. Emotional change has to do with your psychology, has to do with your attitude. And I tell you, there are young boys and girls today who have gone deep down into drug. I have some as colleagues, young men who have destroyed their lives. When you go into drug, you experience some psychological change. How? I'll tell you. I have a colleague who comes to school, and I'll be observing the way he behaves. At times he will be talking and stuttering. And I'll say, no, and he was my roommate. One day I called him, I said, guy, I'm not afraid of you. Sit down. What's your problem? What are you taking? So I used to take Indian hemp. That's what I've been taking. I said, no. The way you are going is not Indian hemp. Something is wrong somewhere. And of course, I do not pay to get information. God is always giving me information. His friend called me one day, a very senior officer in road safety, and said, Honorable, how are you guys managing with my friend? I said, how? He said, this is what it takes, as I believe. Psychological change. If you go into drug addiction, you go into sex addiction, like Daddy has mentioned, you go into things that does not glorify God and you cannot manage yourself, it affects your psychology and it affects you. We have social change, cultural change, okay? Before now, people were doing traditional marriage and they are going to shrine. Is it not so? Today people don't do that again, isn't it? Times are changing. We also have economic change, financial change. Today you can be a pauper, tomorrow you're a millionaire. Is it not so? You're into business. Business may not work. One day the business will flourish, isn't it? Financial change. And then we have the one I'm going to be talking about, technological change, which is our age. I want to say that for the couples here present and these my children here, you are very privileged. I belong to the old generation. I used to tell my students, I belong to the old generation where when I was in secondary school, I must write a letter to send to my mother. Mommy, how are you? How is your present condition, which is very important to me? Have you done that? None of you have done that. You just pick up your cell phone, right? Ah, mommy, how are you? In fact, the white men are even making it easier for us. If I have somebody now in the US, I can do a video call, right? And we'll be talking as if we are together. That is your age. And I want you to put it or to take it very important and use it at your best. We have technological change which has come to stay. And it will only get better from the look of things. And this change has given us some benefits. One of such benefits is quick access to information, right? Most of the things we are presenting here, we consulted the internet. Daddy, am I correct? We consulted the internet. And so it's not a big deal today. If they pick you now and Copper said, Copper, come and talk to the children on behavioral attitude. I don't think you should begin to pound that. And what am I going to say? Go and do your research. It's there. Quick information. There is nothing you want in the world today you cannot see on the internet. Is it right to cook afang soup? Papa, you say you like afang soup. You can cook afang soup perfectly well. Go into the internet, download. How do I prepare afang soup? You see it there. You don't need somebody to teach you. Facilitated learning, fast learning. These days you can quickly learn with the internet, isn't it? I see that people can do both from the internet. All right, breaking the distance barrier. I've mentioned that you have a father in Ondo State, in Lagos State, abroad, wherever. I mean, it's no longer a big deal to communicate with anybody in the world. I remember when my friend was in UK recently, and I called her, we did video call, and she said, Auntie, she's a lecturer in music, and she said, Auntie, I'm cooking more. She now went, showed me the chicken she was frying, opened the shops. It has broken the distance barrier. Are we together? Technology. We also have providing entertainment. That's what I'm going to talk a little bit about. The technological phase we find ourselves today provides quick entertainment, and that is where most of you have gotten it wrong. You do TikTok, you do Reels, you watch movies, you don't even look at what I can get from the internet. Oftentimes, when I go through the corridor of my department, I see students watching a movie. I say, look at you, foolish children. Don't you know that you can open your phone now and look at the history of junior today? Go to your phone now and see summary of things all apart. Look at the teams, look at the plot and all that. You movie, watching movie, what's the problem? And I ban students from watching movies in my office. You don't dare enter my office. And I hear your phone doing kiki. I'll say, get out. I'll say, sorry, ma'am. That's why you get it wrong. It's good to enjoy entertainment, but there must be a limit for everything. Most students today, look at them. I have had calls to police some parents. When I go to the market and I see a mother, yeah, she has given her child an Android phone, the child be watching. I say, madam, now they give us wahala for university. So this small people wey don't come back from school like this, sorry, I'll be code mixing and code switching, right? This small people wey don't come back from school now, wait for tell and say, I read the book master, give them money when they watch. What's the meaning of that? They will look at me, they don't understand. So as you're enjoying your entertainment, these children here, you need somebody carry Android phone, you want to carry Android phone. Android phone is good because you get relevant information from there. In fact, it pains me these days when nursery school teachers give children assignments to do from phone. Daddy, has it happened to your children? I feel very bitter. And if I have the grace as a person I can change that, I'll change that narrative. You don't give a primary school child an assignment to do with a phone. Why do we have textbooks? Life is in phases and it's in levels. Let the child use it for her textbook. And then when the child gets to university or SS3, child can use the Android phone. But today we use Android phone to do assignment for primary school children. Okay, technological change also has to do with increased productivity and efficiency. Daddy has said it earlier. Very soon, it has happened already. The job that 10 people will do, one person can do because of technology. Technology creates jobs. How does it do that? Technology lends support in automation and various tasks, setting up reminders, communicating efficiently, paying bills at the click of the button, and shopping for the simplest things such as groceries to invest. I'm going to explain. Groceries to investing in valuable assets right in the comfort of our homes and all that. Yes. When we talk about technology, if my unit is running, my electrical unit is running, and I'll check, wow, I have 4 units. I'll pick up my phone. I like using my OPay. Bang, 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 bang. I'll pay. to PhD. The next moment, I'll get my numbers and I'll load my electrical whatever units. Are we together? And then, in fact, one day I was surprised when my son's friend, who was studying law then, but he couldn't cope up with law because the boy did not like law. The boy told his parents he wants to study music. And the father forbade him. How can he study music? The boy said, that's what I want to study. The father said he must go for law. He came from Abuja to study law. And he was withdrawn. We tried to help, we could not help. He went back to Abuja, applied for JAMB again, applied for music, and he's there. He's doing very well. He has 4 point something as his cutoff, as his GPA. So one day he said, Mommy, I've ordered food for you. I said, hey, I don't understand. It's Mommy, they're bringing food for you. These riders now, you know them, in Calabar, those who are in Calabar, those riders and those their boxes. Before I know, somebody came and said, please, now where are you? I've brought food for you. I am talking about shopping through technology. Now, what are the benefits of embracing change? You must be ready to embrace change. If you don't embrace change, you cannot move forward. In fact, I am beginning to try to embrace change in terms of your generation. I have a student, a girl, she's a graduate today. She was a physically challenged student. She was using crutches. And the first day I saw her in class, year 1, I said, Kezia, I said, Mommy, I said, have you looked at your condition? That's how I talk. Have you looked at your condition? She said, yes, Mommy. I said, marry your books. I said, you cannot do the things other girls do. You can't do the things others do. Marry your books. From that day, the library became her boyfriend and her girlfriend. And when she had issues with her husband, she came and stayed with me for about a month. And she said, Mommy, what's wrong with you now? Mommy, you can actually be making money. You teach us in class. Teach on YouTube. Tell us your students to go there. I've not achieved that. I'm going to achieve it now. Yes. In fact, I have a daughter. She just finished from public health. That small girl. She said she must study medicine. I said, medicine is no longer in vogue. I said, medicine is no longer in vogue. I said, you are going to be in the hospital for too long and you get tired of being in the hospital. Because I've seen doctors running out of the hospital. I've seen nurses running out of the hospital. I said, go for public health. Public health will give you opportunity to do a lot of things. She worships with honey streams today. When she stands to present, she's better than me, 100%. Small girl. That's what technology can do. So, in the case of embracing, we must talk about adaptability. How do you embrace technology? You must try to adapt to the new situation we find ourselves. Are we together? We must try to adapt to the new system we find ourselves. If you don't adapt, you'll be left behind, like Daddy has said. You'll be left behind. You must adapt. The ability to adjust to new situations is very, very critical now. This flexibility allows professionals to respond effectively to challenges. In fact, in correct organizations today, they do not depend on analog any longer. No more analog. In my department, if you are not online, you will miss out from certain information. For example, the governing council said we should do our nominal role. This week, we've been on it. And I realized that some colleagues, my HOD appointed one other guy who is typing to handle it. And I realized that colleagues were not sending their information. And I called them, even the deputy vice chancellor, she's from my department administration. I said, Mommy, I've been trying to reach you. We need your information and it's urgent. I called the other professor, we need your information and it's urgent. And I called police, have you not been on the platform? What's the problem? We need your information. They say, sorry, I've not been there. You must try to adapt. There's a point in my life where I cannot be stranded of data. I must have data. I must have data. It's very cheap to get information today. I sit in the comfort of my house. I'm a politician. And I saw that they picked chairman candidate in every local government. I didn't go for the meeting. I don't know if you understand. You must flow, you must adapt. What are the changes in your environment? What are the changes in your community? You must have to adapt. You must be resilient. Change often brings uncertainty. Some changes are not comfortable changes. Is it not so? They give you headache. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I study? How do I understand this thing? You must be strong. Are you there? I have a sister When I was about starting my PhD, I went to her office that day and she was like, B, you stay now, stay small. I said, no, auntie, I won't go write my concept note. And she now asked me, which one be concept note? I said, concept note is a replica of the dissertation you're going to work on when you're about to, after your coursework. She started querying me. You want to kill yourself? You want to kill yourself? You have a son, school fees one side, house rent one side. You want to come to PhD again? What's your problem? I said, auntie, did I ask you for anything? Are you listening to me? Friends, I wouldn't have insulted her because one, she's my senior. She's my sister and friend. But I told her, I said, I didn't ask you for anything. It wasn't easy for me. It wasn't easy for me. With children, with rent and everything, as at that time I was not even working yet, I had not gotten the teaching job. I didn't know how I was going to go about it. But how many years after, I have my PhD. And one day she told me, she said, this PhD, I forgot me this woman, she give me an honorary PhD. I said, for your age, you don't reach 60 years, are you 70? Go to school. What do you need an honorary PhD for? Auntie, go to school and do a PhD. So you must be resilience. Are we together? Resilience. You must adapt to change. You must be strong. Change comes with a whole lot of challenges. You must be innovative in nature. You must be creative. You must be creative. That is where your intellectual know-how comes. You know, we are different in nature, right? Different in cultural background, different family background, different social background, and all that. Your kind of background, not my kind of background, isn't it? You must understand where you're coming from. When you understand where you're coming from, you'll be able to innovate, be able to try to do things the way you think you can do. Strategies for navigating change. You must be aware. Self-awareness. You must understand your strengths. You must understand your weaknesses. Are we together? I used to tell my students in class. I said, not all students have the same mental capability, true or false. And I remember what Senator Lee said in 2013 when they swore in local government chairman in Calabar Cultural Center. Some people were aggrieved that they brought in women as vice chairman to the men and few chairmen as women. And so he made a statement of that, and in fact, of all other men, this is the one I picked, and I've always said it. And Senator Lee the then governor, said, why are you guys angry that we are making women vice chairman and chairman? He said, I remember that when I was in school, women used to take first position. Am I correct? Am I correct? Good. And so, because we are different in mental, psychological, and what have you capability, we cannot be the same. Be aware of yourself. Who are you? Self-awareness. Who are you? Do you have the courage? Do you have the grace? Do you have the capability? Know yourself. That your colleague is taking first position doesn't mean that you are the worst student. No. I used to tell my students that some first-class materials are not first-class materials. That a third-class material, if given a common playground, will do better than a first-class student in the Nigeria of today. So when you are aware of what you can do, then you can be able to adapt to change. Building a growth mindset. I remember before I started my master's program, I was in the civil service then. I don't want to say something I will not go today. I'm very sorry. First, in Imoke's first time I was in the service, and I discovered that most of his commissioners and special advisors came from the university. So many years back. And I said, so to be commissioner and to come be lecturer. Like a joke, oh. I was like, I said, okay, I must be a lecturer one day. It's like a joke. I said, okay, I'll go to that school. And I got my form. Even though the master's degrees I did for 6 years, can you imagine? Something of 3 years, I did for 6 years. Not because anybody was against me or there was an impediment against. No, it was my personal fault. I went into politics, came and did the election. All the distraction. Abandon. In fact, my school mother will be calling me, Beatrice, where are you? Oh? I say, Mommy, I'm here. Beatrice, come and do this thing. I say, Mommy, I'm coming. And I paid my fees close to 1 million naira. Do you understand? So where do you want to get to in life? Where do you want to get to? I used to tell them in those days, I said, God forbid that I'll be answering yes, ma, yes. Somebody must answer me yes, ma. I used to say it when I was in the service. And today, I have 101 answering me yes, ma. To the glory of God, if I step to my department now and my students are back and they are around, and I'm just going, hey, welcome, ma, welcome, ma. They want this one to carry my handbag. I say, no, mama, me, I want to carry, I want to carry. I don't know if you understand. So I have someone answering me, yes, ma, yes, ma, yes. Something I said innocently about 10 to 15 years ago. Where do you want to get to? My boys and my girls, where do you want to get to? You must decide to get to somewhere. You must decide to begin to plan. In the next 5 years, where do you want to get to? And I know that this God in heaven will back you up. Just like He did for me. So you must have a growth building mindset of where you actually want to get to. Skills, very important. Skills. You must have some kind of skills that will help you survive this period and to embrace change. Well, I'm going to get to education, but I don't want to talk about it now because I'm going to handle education as well. So, in embracing, you must embrace lifelong learning. Continuous learning is critical in the changing job market and career. You must continue to learn. There's no end to learning. You only stop learning when you do what? When you go 6 feet. Do you understand? You stop learning. In fact, when I finished my PhD, I thought I was through. I said, no, there's one thing I want to do. They say, I'm waiting again. I said, I never finished. I mean one thing. Just 1 year. If I do that one, I'll be okay. But do you know that there are a lot of things I can still do? Study online, different areas, different things. I may want to diversify on. I may want to leverage on. In fact, before I came this morning, I was looking at that, my daughter, that physically challenged daughter of mine. She sent me something, I've not read it. So I'm going to her page that maybe I've deleted and I've sent a message, please send it back to me. How to become what in 1 week. She's writing online. She's making money. One time when we were in strike, she said, Mommy, send me your account number. I said, Kezia, he said, Mommy, send me your account number. No, you think I don't have money? He said, when I was in your house, they took me of 1 million naira. I said, So, my brothers and sisters, you must embrace lifelong learning through online programs, through certification, through webinars, through YouTube learning. Now you can learn anything you want to learn if you have the money to buy your data and if you have the Android phone. So how do you apply this change to career growth? How do you apply change to career growth? What is career growth? Let me start with career. Career is an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life and with opportunities for progress. Career is an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life and with opportunities for progress. In the civil service, those who work in the civil service, as when they start as clerk, if they don't go to the university, they don't become directors. They don't become directors. When I lost my father in my JSS1, my mother struggled to see me through secondary school. And I said, I must go to the university. The mother will cry and say, I don't have money. I said, Mama, you see me? I don't care. I must be a graduate. And then her family members will tell her, leave this girl now. I'm talking to you, these girls, the small ones now. Leave this your daughter now. Leave her now. After she'll still start having children now, her mates are getting married. And I'll tell my mother, my sister is here, she can testify. Mama, no university, no marriage, no picking. Are you listening to me? It's my story. I'm not somebody's story. No university, no graduation, no marriage, no child. Told my mother emphatically. And you know what I did? I abandoned her from the village of Ubra Ochong. She gave me Gary. I went and squatted and was walking the rounds of Calabar looking for a job. Then there used to be civil service job. It's not now. And I got a job. My first school fees In 1995, some of you were not born, am I correct? 1995 was 1,360 naira. And I borrowed the money from the office. This is where that has found me today. So career, whatever business you want to do in life, you must know that there must be growth. Do you understand? Whether it's business or you start with a shop, don't you think that you can open a second shop? You start with a bike, with a car, do you know you can have a second car? Okay, you want to have a computer shop, don't you think that you can build another, you can have another one somewhere? We are talking about career. You must plan to move from that level to another level. Career growth is the journey towards your big picture career vision. It is the way you move from your first job out of college to eventually leading your own team. Daddy has said it. That at your level now, yes, you are where you are, but I know that you can get to a point where you can build your own team. Team in business, team in technology, team in whatever you want to, organizations, you can build your team actually. And of course, that has to align with God's purpose for you. My pastor used to tell us that her dream was to be a caterer. She never liked teaching because her mother was a teacher, but she retired as a teacher. Because whatever plan you have must align with God's purpose for you. That's where the God factor comes in. Now, benefits of career growth because of our time. Growing your career will eventually increase your salary, right? Growing your career will eventually increase your salary. If today you live here, hi, I'm hearing children talking there. I don't like noise. I'm a teacher. I'm not that pastor who will pamper you. I'm a teacher. Today, you are graduates. Yesterday, I was talking to one of my daughters. She called me. She's a graduate. She's in Lagos, studying and doing a few things. If you leave the university and you begin to work anywhere, and you don't move from one level to the other, in whatever organization you find yourself, then you're not growing. You're not growing. And so you must grow in knowledge and in academics. It could be that you are a technological person. God has blessed you with tech ideas. You know, so keep learning. Because one day, if God wants to position you, He will step aside the director to bring you in. So many people have been privileged to climb to echelon in their life where they never dreamt in life because they knew something somebody did not know. Do you understand? Because they knew something somebody did not know. I'm a living witness. I remember when I was a clerk in the secondary school, I used to go to work very early. Then those who were collecting school fees will not come early. One day the principal said, Beatrice, go and start collecting school fees. For me, it was a progression at that time. Far back 1992. So you must do what? You must grow in your career. Okay. Career growth opportunities at your job will make you more satisfied at work. As you grow, you'll be happy. Is it not so? You'll be happy. You grow from a managerial position to a director. At times they give you accommodation, they give you a car because of your growth, or you are into tech, you're doing certain things in Nigeria. Before you know, people are discovering you. Then my daughter I'm talking to you about, she's working for somebody in UK, writing. In fact, she's getting almost 3 jobs already because of her tech know-how. Do you understand? Because of her tech know-how. She's not there yet, but I see her going somewhere. Okay, and then career growth makes you better in all aspects of your life. When you see the result of having a growth mindset at your job, you want to grow personally too, isn't it? You want to grow personally. Career job makes you happy. I'm happy with myself. You know what? I tell friends, I see, as an academic doctor, there's no place I can't enter in the world. In fact, if I want to leave Nigeria today, if I want to leave Nigeria today, I want to a point where I will leave Nigeria. Even if to go to Cameroon, it's not outside Nigeria. It's not outside Nigeria. It's Cameroon, Nigeria. If I say I want to go to Saudi Arabia to go and teach English, you will not be happy to receive me. I've gotten to the point. If I want to leave this country today, I can just begin to find my way out and I'll just get out. Growth. Because I've taken myself to a level personally. Embracing change for career growth. The changing job market trends and statistics. The global market is undergoing rapid transformation, largely driven by technological advancements, economic shifts, and evolving business needs. You see this thing that has come to stay, computer and technology. Please, better embrace it. I have a friend, she was an assembly member. Her daughter is about 8 or so. The girl went to Port Harcourt recently for a holiday to stay with the father. Do you know that her mother took her to register her? I don't know what it was. It has to do with technology. 7-year, 8-year-old girl. Holiday. They register her to go and learn something tech. And the girl is wonderful. Sharp girl. So the trends are changing. And as young people, you are blessed. Me, my brain is getting old. You are blessed, you are lucky. Flow into these changes. Invite them. They will do you good. Don't sit down and carry your phone and be laughing at Reels and TikTok every day, empowering people. As you watch TikTok, somebody is getting 1 naira somewhere. As you watch Reels, somebody is being paid some dollars somewhere. And you see them dancing, you'll be very happy you are dancing. Create your own TikTok. Create your own Reels. Look out for things that will promote your own life because the times are changing. In fact, the one that has come to baffle me is the artificial intelligence, AI. I watched a video where a robot in China took food to a hotel, knocked on the door. The person can't pick the food. Robot. They are using remote to control it. It will move to the next door, knock on the door. The guest will come out, pick the food. Can you imagine that? That we are talking about petrol that others are using automated cars. That in Saudi Arabia, people are now carrying fuel to sell on the road. You have fuel shortage in the Asian countries, and you need petrol, you just give a call, and a truck will drive to where you are and supply you petrol. You can't be stranded. So a lot of changes. But like Daddy said, we are not there yet. And I don't know if we'll ever get there. Because I used to ask my school mother, I said, Mommy, my mother, she's a Rockefeller fellow. She's been in US. Her daughter is even there and all that. She usually go there. And I said, Mommy, I've not been to US. But is this how you guys have it there? I said, Beatrice. I said, Mommy, I don't know if we'll get there. And so you're here. You're not planning to go abroad. Plan for your children to go abroad. I don't know if you understand me. But some of you here, I'm sure you belong to some traditional families where you finish and go and become chiefs. Okay, so plan. So the changes are there. From 2030 up to, by 2030, up to 800 million jobs worldwide will be lost to automation. But new sectors will come up. That's the tech and the health system. And that is why when you go to nursing department in my university, you will see that about 80% nursing students are Igbos. And I begin to say, why? That is, you're from Igbo. Your people. Igbo, nursing, med surg and med lab. Why do Igbo parents, they don't mind paying 1 million naira for admission? Why do they do it? They see the future. They have seen the future. Nurses are hot cake outside Nigeria. I have a girl discussing with me, she's studying nursing. The father is Ogoja, the mother is Igbo. And I used to choke her. I say, hey, Precious, leave me with this your nursing. You go take care of old men for abroad. She will laugh. Yes, most of them who go over there go to take care of the aged, but they are highly paid. A nurse in UK or US can pay maybe 2 professors and 3 professors in a month. They've seen the future. So what of the technological war? In fact, the children who are coming up in my family now, I don't want to hear I'm going to study English and waiting. Go for sciences if you have the brain, unless you don't have. From the sciences, you can go into the computer aspect and all that and all that. It's just unfortunate that our youth have misused the computer, whatever. Yahoo! Yahoo! If you come to Unical on the day of computer science students passing out, man, you will know that there's a department amongst departments. The cars they drive, they spray dollars, they drink alcohol of 100,000 and all that. I'm not judging them. Judgment belongs to God. Okay? What I'm trying to say is that aspect of technology is very good, even though some are misusing it. But I bet you, if you try to look at the legitimate aspect of tech, you will make it. The one will look for you. My son was telling me one day, say, Mommy, I say, don't worry. I'm going to study up to PhD. I said, say, yes, Mommy. He's into computer science too. There's combining with another skill. And he said, the area I want to study in computer is animation. I said, say, yes, Mommy. I said, why? I said, Mommy, I want to study animation. I said, I have to draw cartoon. He said, yes, Mommy. I said, that's good. And I was happy. And the other skill is also a very critical skill. And so if you combine that, you think you will suffer? Even if I'm dead, I'll just say, God, thank you, at least that one is settled. Is it not so? We have to plan for our children. Soft skills like communication, adaptability, and emotional intelligence are increasing in demand and workplaces. Okay? And they are dynamic and collaborative. Soft skills like communication. There are some folks who cannot speak very well. Go online, public speaking. How do I speak in the public? You will see there. Not when they call in the church to come and teach on the school. You say, I will not teach. No, sir, I will not teach. I tell my students in my class, I give them trouble a lot. Some don't like talking, so I'll just come to you. What's your name? I don't know your name. I'll say, come. Okay, I just ask a question, answer me. Ma, I don't know if I slap you. Come on, stand up and talk to me. Are you okay? They will look at me and they will stand up. I trouble one girl, an education student. I trouble her one that she spoke. I say we'll become friends. You can study public speaking on the phone. Just get data. Just get data. A lot of things you can do. You can be a caterer from the phone. Have a skill. You want to learn how to bake? You want to learn how to sew? They are on the phone. Everything. Let me move quickly to the role of education in personal development. The role of education in personal development. Of course, we have formal and informal education. Formal education. Education plays a vital role in shaping individuals' personal and professional growth. And it occurs through both formal and informal. I am an advocate of academic knowledge. I am a serious advocate of academic knowledge. Even if you want to become anything, have a degree, please. What did I say? Have a degree. I go to the banks and I see somebody who wants to go to and pay, and maybe somebody is going to pay money. And I say, please, come and write for me. Rubbish. 21st century? What if the person writes into his account? And you don't know the person, no? You go to the bank. You cannot write your name on a teller. When they say write amount in figures, you go and write in your language. No, now. By the special grace of God, all those coming after me in my family must have a degree. Combine it with your skills. Do you understand? Formal education is as important as anything you can think of. It's what will help you speak well. It's what will help you accept yourself. It's what will help you. In fact, children, as you are here by now, you should know what you want to study in the university. Don't you know? No. Good. And during holidays, during holidays, look for something to do. The girls, if you want to learn how to sew during holidays, register somewhere. Go and learn how to sew. Do you understand? And the boys, you want to learn how to do tiling. You want to learn how to do alumako. It's not a bad thing. Whatever you want to learn how to do, are you listening to me? Yes, ma'am. During holiday, tell your mommy and your daddy, say, please, I want to learn how to sew, mommy, so that when school resumes, I can go back to school. they must have a degree. As you're growing, we don't know where you will be required to present the paper. Daddy, would you respect, sir? We are in a democratic setting. And I sound it to my children every other time. In this democratic setting, you do not know who knows your father and your uncle. Is it not so? And one day, your uncle will tell your father, "Bo, I be senator of Abuja. You get pikin wey don graduate. What will you do? What will you do? No degree. What will you do?" That's where education comes in. I have a girl, a student, who applied for law. She couldn't meet her father disowned her. She came to government requirement. She struggled to study law. She now changed to my department, and she was struggling. She was going to school. Before she could even graduate, she got a job from her state. By the time this present governor came, the governor gave an appointment. What did the governor tell her? He said, "If you give me your degree, I'll upgrade you." Or somebody will come and say, "I want to settle your father. Your father helped me before. I want to make you a counselor." You don't have a degree. Do you understand me? Combine your education with one skill. At least one skill. And the Lord will help you. Formal education refers to structured learning within institutions like schools, colleges, and universities. It follows a predefined curriculum and leads to certificates and degrees. This pathway provides foundational knowledge in various disciplines and a structured environment for intellectual and social development. Formal education has to do with school, okay? The first square of a school, either primary, university, secondary, there has to be an environment where there is a curriculum you must learn. In the primary school, they take you through arithmetic, English at that level, take you through social studies, am I right? Integrated science. By the SS, you have graduated to biology also, chemistry, physics, literature, so on and so forth. When you move to the university, you realize that those science subjects also have their different courses at that level. You have microbiology, you have med lab, you have nursing, you have medicine, science lab, and so on. So, formal education has to do with structured learning, where you sit in the class to do what? To learn. Informal education, on the other hand, is kind of education that has to do with self-directing learning that happens outside the formal environment. Informal is done anywhere outside the structured institution, like the secondary school and all that. Okay? For example, you want to learn how to repair a bike. It's informal, isn't it? Now, I want to learn how to, what example will I give? I want to know how to do what? Barbing, yes. Even barbing salon is on internet. So that is where that child lies. That is where his heart lies. You will learn barbing salon and you will make it. Okay, so let's assume I want to learn how to create something. You get at my level now. The only way I can learn now is by going online. Okay, I can go into YouTube. I can go into what they call webinar, online teaching. Okay, that is informal. All the skills you want to learn are what? Informal. They are not formal. Both formal and informal education is very important for personal development, as both complement each other in building a correct individual. Okay? Both are very important. If you can handle the two, fine for you. It will make you not to be hungry in Nigeria. Essential skills for the future workforce. I will soon be running on. In today's rapid changing job market, specific skills are becoming increasingly very important. The workforce of the future will prioritize these key competencies. Number one, critical thinking and problem solving. Look at Papa, if I call her Olajumoke, Papa Olajumoke, don't call her Miss. I want to think that she had a background. I don't know who your parents are. It's very important. Why some children are not be able to access, some, not all, is because of the foundation. It is very odd for a lecturer to have foolish children. Yes, it's very odd. I can tell you for nothing that most lecturers, because they know the importance of education, their children are excelling. Some of them, before they retire, they put their children in university to teach. Some, before their children will do first degree, they send them abroad. Why are they doing that? Because they understand the importance of education. And so you want to even think their parents are educated, true of us. So some, they are not educated.
My dad is a farmer, is a poor farmer.
Good.
And my mom is a trader.
Good.
But my dad is very intelligent.
Beautiful. And you know the importance of education. And he pushed you. Do you understand? I hear some parents say, I don't go school. Oh. I was collecting school fees in our own community some years back. And a parent came to me and said, how? Auntie, I say, I'm coming to pay this fees for these children. I didn't go to school. I want them to go to school to know what I do not know. Is that her background that has given her the critical reasoning to solve the problem we are solving today by talking to you? I know that by the time we leave here, 1, 2, 3 will pick something home. I know. Even the children are looking at us like this. I'm believing God that by the time we leave here, 50% will go home with something that will live in them, and they will remember us for the future, and history will record that for us. So you have to be thinking critically, and you must learn to solve problems. If you are looking at the future workforce, you must be a critical thinker, and you must learn to solve problems. You must learn to communicate and collaborate. You must learn to, especially as education comes in. If you are not educated, you will not be able to put your tenses together when speaking with people, true or false. That's why sometimes now, as a politician, I know, the people go to become councillors and rounding up. The people go to become councillors and assembly members, they cannot move motions. Am I lying? Because they are not educated. They are in assembly, for Christ's sake. A state legislative arm, you cannot move a motion. How do you represent your people? Communication. And you must collaborate with others. Those of like minds, like she said, you must look for those of like minds. Emotional intelligence and empathy. You must have some emotional intelligence to deal with fellows, with colleagues, with friends. All of us don't have the same stability. Do you understand? You must be emotionally intelligent. And you must have a empathetic mind where you can deal with others with all amount of love and friendship. Are we together? Then you create a personalized learning plan. You have to see how you can develop yourself. Identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Set goals and objectives for yourself. Okay? You must learn you must imbibe mentoring. Are we together? Seeking mentorship and support. She has a mentor. That's why a woman paid for her program. True of us. Thank you. This my.
She's not paying because
you want to pay. This my daughter did volunteering for a very long time. She said, Mommy, I'm going to street priest. Mommy, I'm going for street priest. Volunteering. Even when she's working and she volunteered for a long time, even all the humiliation, I still be patient.
that woman now, my family knows her like my second mom.
You see that? So it's not for now. It's not everything you do that you get paid for. Try to volunteer. Try to give a helping hand. It will speak for you in future. Please let me conclude. By investing in education and creating a personalized learning plan, you can cultivate the essential skills needed to thrive in today's workforce and achieve long-term career success. We're talking about career growth and education. For you to grow in your career, you must imbibe what? Education and skills. Are we together? When you put this together, you will see that in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years, you'll be making waves in your world. I mean, legitimate and legal waves. Legitimate and what? Legal ways. I want to thank you for this opportunity. Too many stories to tell, but we can't finish in one day. I'm believing God that we'll have another opportunity where we can talk to ourselves. I wish you well. For couples who are here, I wish you well. Go out for skills, learn more. In fact, while you are serving, you should have been doing your master's degree in open university. Yes. If you have younger ones, while you're here, there's Open University in Ecom, you should be doing your masters. By the time 1 year elapses, you're writing your project and you would have achieved something. That one is an online school, is it not so? The online school, Open University is in Ecom. Just go there, pay your fees, then come back, use your laptop and use your phone. As you're rounding up 1 year, you're having your master's degree. Do you understand? So please, combine all these skills and you will see that the Lord will take you to where you don't believe. Most importantly, try to key into the technological world. It's a bit difficult for me because of my generation, but I'll try to imbibe your generation. Thank you very much and God bless you.